This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The mall at University Town Center celebrating 3 years since its grand opening back in 2014.
That's right. The mall has 30 more stores than it did when it first opened, but the increase of traffic because of shoppers is hurting some businesses. ABC7's Erica Jackson explains why some stores experienced a decrease in customers for a brief period of time after the mall's opening.
Even with an increase of online retailers, many shoppers are still coming out to the mall at University Town Center and surrounding shopping centers. But recent construction in front of the mall inconvenienced many drivers and some local businesses.
It's just never stops. I mean, the growing and the growth.
Kevin Mann says business has been steady since Casa de Pizza opened its location off University Parkway in 2009. But its second Manatee County restaurant saw a big increase in customers when the mall at UTC opened across the street.
People shopping, they want delivery when they get home, and even delivery to the employees over at the mall. You know, we're delivering over to them because we're just kind of like the affordable gourmet.
It's feeding on itself and making a better experience, and having these amenities so close to people's homes, it's something that people are looking for.
Marketing and Sponsorship Director Lauren Clark says the mall at UTC sees more shoppers every year, expecting to see 14 million by the end of 2017. But with more foot traffic, also brings more traffic on the roads. The mall's owner, Taubman Properties, works with Benderson Development and the Florida Department of Transportation to find ways to alleviate that congestion, creating projects like the Diverging Diamond.
When the road construction really started, then our business dropped down quite a bit.
Really helped ease the traffic that we saw at those intersections that people wanted to avoid, and now it's flowing smoothly. It's worked really well for the area.
But Mann says now that the project is complete, business has picked up, especially during lunchtime.
With everything going on at Lakewood Ranch, with the mall, with the rowing event, it's a good area to be in.
The UTC area continues to grow. A TJ Maxx is set to open across the street from the mall at the shops at University Town Center, and construction is underway for a new Whole Foods location at the new University Station Shopping Plaza. Reporting in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you. Federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies all working together on a child sex tourist case here on the Suncoast. The U.S. Department of Justice announcing a federal jury found 56-year-old David Lynch of Venice guilty of producing, possessing, and receiving child pornography, as well as traveling with the intent of engaging in illicit sexual conduct. If convicted on all counts, he faces dozens of years in federal prison. He's scheduled to be sentenced on January 11th.
Florida's top cop says law enforcement is prepared to handle any violent acts that may pop up when a white nationalist speaks at the University of Florida. Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency for Alachua County, which includes putting the Florida National Guard on standby. It's all a precaution in advance of the appearance by alt-right activist Richard Spencer. Spencer was one of the key organizers of an August rally in Charlottesville, Virginia that turned deadly after a car plowed into a group of counter-protesters. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement commissioner says he plans to be in Gainesville on Thursday to help maintain order.
Those who show up to exercise their constitutional right under the First Amendment, they will have no issues. Those who show up to engage or encourage violence, they're going to have problems. We will be prepared to deal with those folks.
Governor Scott's order establishes a cooperative and coordinated security plan among state and local law enforcement agencies.
It is the first day of school for students at Suncoast Technical College's brand new Northport campus.
The school has been under construction for the past year. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live from Northport with what the campus has to offer. Christopher?
Oh, good evening. This decade-long dream has finally come to fruition for students here in Northport, many of whom before either didn't have a school to go to or would have to drive an additional 33 miles north to the main campus every day for class. This sprawling new campus opened its doors Tuesday, creating a whole new world of possibilities for students like Brandon Hicks.
It makes you want to come, you know, having to drive all the way to Beneva. When you get up, it's kind of like,
Hicks is a culinary student who lives in Punta Gorda. The drive from his home to the main campus at Beneva and Proctor Road in Sarasota nearly made him quit school.
Very difficult. Gas is, you know, with gas going up and down, makes it hard.
The new campus off Toledo Blade Boulevard currently has 7 programs. Among them are culinary, nursing, and carpentry.
Northport needs a facility like this. We need a training place, another opportunity for our students coming from Northport High School and all the other area high schools and adults in the area.
The director of the campus, Michael Endry, says the programs are designed specifically to help push students directly in the path of the most needed jobs in the community.
There's shortages in medical area, the LPN class we're offering, all of the assisted living facilities in the area, the hospitals, they are looking for qualified staff to come in that are certified.
In the culinary department, students will combine class time with state-of-the-art equipment to learn all aspects of the field.
When you go in, you learn how to cook, that's great, but then you can take that in avenue and go and it forks in so many different aspects of culinary.
The school isn't technically done being built. These empty patches of grass will soon be the next phases of construction.
Another phase to come, hopefully within 3 to 5 years, that'll see programs like automotive, cosmetology, more nursing programs, more business classes.
The public may also see a benefit from the new campus. Northport's newest public library, the Shannon Staub Library, is on the school grounds. Students will share the library with the community. And the shared library will be open for normal library business hours, even on the weekend when the school campus itself is closed. Live here in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. Next week, you can learn more about the Legacy Trail pedestrian overpass that will be built over Laurel Road in Sarasota County. The Florida Department of Transportation will hold a public information meeting Monday, October 30th. At the meeting, you'll be able to talk directly to transportation officials about that project. It includes adding a pedestrian overpass along the Legacy Trail over Laurel Road. It's a $2 million project and will begin in early November and is expected to be complete in late summer or early fall of next year.
And just a reminder, you can stay up to date on the latest news and see alerts on traffic and breaking news instantly with the ABC7 News app. If you're an iPhone or iPad user and currently have our news app, you'll want to go to the App Store and make sure you re-download the other app, WWSB or My Suncoast. It's free and provides the most comprehensive news. If you're an Android user, you don't have to worry. You'll get that new version downloaded automatically.
Well, we got so close to a cold front coming through the first of the year. It didn't
know.
quite happen. Let's find out more with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
It's going to move through next week. We'll postpone that for a little while longer. The next one's going to blow all the way through and could get down to the Caribbean, too. And speaking of weather apps and apps in general, you also want to go to your store and look up WWSB My Suncoast Weather and download it. I know a lot of people have been calling me and talking to me about getting alerts for precipitation. That's an option. You could turn that off because it's rather annoying. I know it is. I had it on mine too when I downloaded it, so you have to turn that option off. It lets you know if there's precipitation near your area, so you can turn that off. Here's a look at the dew point temperature. That's what we look for when there's a cold front, and dew points in the 70s indicates very warm, moist, muggy air, and we're still in that. Sarasota, Orlando, but notice what's happened to the Panhandle in the 50s there in Pensacola, Tallahassee, and Jacksonville. That's where the cooler and drier air will stay too, it looks like tonight. That dry air is going to stay to our north. We have some light rain still lingering around, but just some clouds currently. We're expecting this front really to break up throughout the day tomorrow. It'll be still residual moisture around tomorrow, so we can expect a few clouds, but not a lot of rainfall anticipated for us tomorrow. The rain chance really lessens down to 20%. Currently, we have some clouds out there, and it's 79, so it's cooled us at least for one day with the cloud cover and light rain. More in our forecast in just a few. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. President Trump facing more backlash tonight after he falsely claimed former presidents did not call the families of fallen soldiers. Aides to the past 3 presidents are disputing the president's claims, saying they did call. ABC's Arlette Saenz has more on what the president is now telling reporters to do.
President Trump on defense one day after he made this claim about his predecessor's outreach to the families of fallen soldiers.
The traditional way, if you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls. I like to call when it's appropriate, when I think I'm able to do it.
In a radio interview with Fox News, the president seemed to slightly walk back those comments.
I really speak for myself. I'm not speaking for other people. I don't know what Bush did. I don't know what Obama did.
But the commander-in-chief also suggested reporters talk to his chief of staff, John Kelly, whose son was killed in Afghanistan in 2010.
I mean, you could ask General Kelly, did he get a call from Obama? You could ask other people. I don't know what Obama's policy was.
A White House official says Kelly did not receive a call from President Obama after his son's death. President Trump's false claims fueled a visceral reaction. Several aides to the past 3 presidents said the suggestion they didn't call Gold Star families wasn't true. Eric Holder, a former attorney general under President Obama, shared his distaste, tweeting, "Stop the lying, you're the president. I went to Dover Air Force Base with 44 and saw him comfort the families of fallen military and DEA." As for General Kelly, a person familiar with the encounter says that in 2011, Kelly and his wife attended a breakfast for Gold Star families at the White House and sat at First Lady Michelle Obama's table. President Obama's office has not said whether the president reached out to Kelly in any other way. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Washington.
One Suncoast woman who lost her son in the Iraqi war is sharing how she feels about President Trump's recent comments. Private First Class Christopher Cobb was just 19 years old when he was killed in the Iraq War. His mother, Sheila Cobb, is still grieving. She says it was initially a shock when she first heard President Trump's claims that former presidents had not written or called families of slain American troops. She says a former president spoke with her privately shortly after her son's death. We'll hear more on her story coming up tonight on ABC7 News at 6.
A Suncoast volunteer is being honored for her dedication and work. 70-year-old Linda Davis works with the ITN Suncoast, a nonprofit that provides transportation to seniors and to those with vision impairments. Today, Davis received the Golden Beacon Award from Bankers Life. The Sarasota branch is donating $2,000 to ITN Suncoast in Davis's honor.
It just kind of fell into it. I needed something to fill my time, and now it's wonderful. I sometimes forego some of the things I might be doing to take some of the riders to where they need to go.
Davis has volunteered with ITN for the past 3 years, giving more than 100 rides a year to those in need. So many people in our community volunteering their time if they are retired, which is a great opportunity.
Yeah, and you know, that gets people out of the house when they need to go to the doctor or to the store or wherever it might be.
Oh, of course.
You know, and they can't drive anymore. This is a
big help.
Great help, yep. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the search for a compromise with national anthem protests.
What the NFL is doing now to try and unite players and fans.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter mile north of University Parkway.
Celebrate the end of summer with big savings during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice: choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
NFL owners are huddling in New York today to discuss the national anthem protests.
The owners inviting players and their union reps to attend their regularly scheduled meeting, all in an effort to try to come up with a solution, a compromise to allow players to continue protesting racial inequality and justice without dividing and alienating fans. The league says it's looking to move on from the issue, intensified by this comment from President Trump.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired.
Not on the owner's guest list today, former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who filed a grievance against the NFL. He's accusing the league and team owners of colluding to keep him out of the league. The cause, Kaepernick says, is refusal to stand during the national anthem last season as a protest against racial injustice.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
KC Key webcam, actually at Sarasota Bay, it didn't change the video, but nonetheless, same thing on KC Key. Clouds around today with some light rain falling. At times, the heavier rainfall into Hillsborough and Pinellas County, and there's still a chance we could see a little bit of light rainfall through this evening. There were rainbows around. I know I saw one up in northwest Braden, and this one from downtown Sarasota, Arc and 40, getting a half a rainbow that you see right there with some morning showers in play. As a result of that drier air out west, they're starting to get some moisture in too. Finally, some moisture moving in from the Pacific, and looks as though another storm system is on the way. So that's some beneficial news out west still, though a problem obviously with the stronger winds. For us, that dry air has now moved well to the north of us now, or at least it's hanging to the north. We're still in this warm, moist air sector associated with this frontal boundary, which is now stationary just to the north of us. We'll stay in this warm sector too, it looks like. Overnight lows are expected to be in the low 70s. We could see some upper 60s well inland, but that's seasonal for this time of year. That's average. That's what we're going to see this week too, slightly above average temperatures, and maybe a slight chance for a shower tomorrow, but then our rain chance is really sliding down for much of the work week. Now, the rain was pretty heavy to the north in Pinellas County and into Hillsborough County, where they saw up to 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall. 79 now, the dew point still high. 72, winds out of the northeast at 10, and the pressure 29.99 inches and rising ever so slightly throughout the day. It will be tomorrow. Today's high was 82 because of the increased cloud cover and the light rainfall. We never did get up to 85, but we will be there tomorrow. 73 was the morning low, well above the average, which is typically 67 degrees. We haven't had that lately. You know, it's normally pretty nice to start the morning off, but it just hasn't happened. 94 set back in 1925 is the record high, and no rainfall officially at the airport so far for the month. Well below average, over 1.5 inches below average for the month thus far. Hourly forecast tomorrow, not calling for much rainfall. If we see any at all, it'll be rather light. We'll see increasing clouds throughout the late afternoon, and that's a result of the residual moisture left behind from this front, and also the front will be fading away, but just enough to create some lift. High temperatures will still be rising into the upper 80s to right around 87 degrees. Our typical high for this time of year, right at 85. Now, Futurecast showing tonight, as I mentioned, a few showers possible, but tomorrow, not much going on. Partly cloudy skies, an occasional shower possible, even on in through Thursday. Similar conditions anticipated. A little drier air will settle with us on Thursday and Friday. Well, in the tropics, all is quiet finally, and let's hope it stays that way for the next month and a half or so. Right now, nothing going on in the Caribbean. Good cruising weather through Jamaica, all the way out toward Puerto Rico, and looks like things are pretty nice too in the Western Caribbean. Now, these fronts at this time of year can become rather troublesome. This one doesn't appear that it will, but the stronger one that moves through next week, early next week, we'll have to watch it as it settles down in the Caribbean, where water temperatures are still in the mid to upper 80s. For boaters, it looks like this. Small craft advisory stays with us until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Winds will be brisk out of the northeast at 15 knots by the afternoon, though. And then the water temperature at 83. UV index will be high tomorrow, 8 and not extremely high, but still a low tide upcoming 6:36. Sunset will be at 6:59. Forecast a few showers, mostly cloudy, breezy, and 72 for your low tomorrow. Warm and breezy, partly cloudy, high of 88 degrees inland, mid to upper 80s near the beaches. The extended forecast, temperatures staying warm right through Sunday, but then the colder front moves through early next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, there's a broken down vehicle on US 41 in Manatee County in the southbound lanes just before Manatee Avenue, so you may want to avoid that area if you normally take that route.
Ford says it will repair more than 1 million of its Explorer SUVs for free. There are some concerns the vehicles can leak carbon monoxide. Ford has also offered free repairs for law enforcement versions of the Explorer, but now the offer has been extended to include about 1.4 million Explorers in North America. The automaker is not calling what it's doing a recall, only saying the repairs are for, quote, peace of mind. Ford also says the Explorers have no defect and are safe.
Self-driving cars are making their way to New York City. GM will begin testing Chevy Bolt prototypes inside a 5 square mile radius of Manhattan next year. State regulations require drivers to keep a hand on the wheel at all times, but the governor did recently announce a 1-year pilot program to test the self-driving vehicles on public roads. GM is already testing its self-driving cars in San Francisco, where it has dealt with numerous fender benders, and it's just a matter of time, Scott, before we're all having driverless cars.
I never thought I'd see it in my lifetime, but I think it's going to happen, definitely. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't think that they would either.
Entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-855-395-9803. That's 1-855-395-9803 now.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge say their third child is due in April.
Britain's Kensington Palace is confirming that the due date of Prince William and Duchess Kate's next edition. The palace statement says that the family is delighted about the new news. The couple welcomed their first child, Prince George, in 2013, and his sister, Princess Charlotte, was born nearly 2 years later. Actress Alyssa Milano is inspiring millions of women to share their personal stories of sexual harassment and assault. It all started with a tweet on Sunday. Milano's post read that if all the women who have been sexually harassed or assaulted wrote, quote, "Me too" as a status, we might give people a sense of the magnitude of that problem. The hashtag #MeToo is now trending on Twitter, and other celebrities are now lending their voices to the cause.
The Wookiee is out of the bag on the title of the Han Solo origin Star Wars film. Ron Howard posted a video on Twitter today of himself revealing the movie's name. Solo, a Star Wars story, follows a 20-something-year-old version of Han Solo on his adventures with his Wookiee sidekick, Chewbacca. The film hits theaters on May 25th of next year.
I think I've lost track of how many movies and episodes and all sorts of things there are with that Star Wars.
Well, there's the Star Wars story that's been going on,
Yes.
but then they have these side stories about the characters
I
that
know.
we have to follow too. So it's
It's a big tangly web.
It is, yeah, yep. More news is just ahead. Stay with us, everyone.